located around the top of the arena concourse and one large exit on the floor. In the event of an emergency or fire alarm, the exit doors will be opened. Please proceed quickly and calmly to the nearest emergency exit. I would also remind you that there's no smoking permitted in the Cheal Campus Center or the arena. And one more thing, masking is no longer required at Clarkson events, but if you have a mask and would feel more comfortable wearing it, please feel free to do so. Finally, we ask that you please silence your cell phones. We will be beginning in just a few minutes. Thank you. Thanks.
All right, good afternoon. We're going All right. Good work. No one tripped. Right? These are all good things. So welcome, right, to the TCS commencement ceremony for the class of 2022. Yeah. So my name is Ben Galuzzo. I'm the head of the Clarkson School. I have the honor and the pleasure to serve as Master of Ceremonies today. So you're going to see me a bunch, as I'll be up and down my chair. But obviously, this is hopefully just a fun day to recognize, reflect on all the wonderful things that have happened over the past year, and really, for a lot of, over a lifetime, things that students have been working towards as they move forward. I always think about commencements. I have trouble with it. I think about commencements, that word, its beginnings, and it is beginnings, but I always get it confused, right? I'd be like, this seems like the end, it's not. So it's such a good word, right? Commencement is such a good word for this ceremony. I want to thank our graduates and their families for being here. I'll have a chance to say some other remarks, but I also want to thank our other TCS graduates, who will be sad to see move on, and will be sharing some remarks with us. Both President Collins and Provost Hannigan are both going to be, I was sad to see them move to other new exciting things after this year. And so we'll thank them. We have the chance to thank them as they share some ideas. And I personally want to thank them for their continued support of TCS, and personally for helping me as I'm just in this role this is my first full year in this role. So thank you for all your assistance, guidance, mentorship. All right. I'd like to first welcome President Tony Collins to the podium and share some remarks for you all.
Well, thank you, Ben, and good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. And thank you, Ben, for your terrific first year, a little bit more than a year, but it's been excellent. So when we reflect back on the year, actually I did say to Karen, I said, this is kind of the last one for the Clarkson School, and so maybe we should reminisce a little bit. And what would the theme be if I was going to say something? What's meaningful when you look back on all of those years? And instantly we came up with the name Kyle Hancock. And we looked at each other and said, yes, there's a good example, a fantastic example. And we agreed that we would not mention Kyle's name this afternoon. So I'm not going to say who it was anymore. This is a tough group, Ben. So, what has been the tradition around the Clarkson School? Pre-COVID, each year we would have a dinner at Foster House. And this year we almost made it, and in fact we kind of had a hybrid, that we met up in the Barben rooms, and we did that because there were so many students and we didn't want to mess with COVID, and so we decided not to do it in the house where it would be more confined. But at the end of the dinner, we said, would anyone be interested in going over to Foster House? And so, like the Pied Piper, Karen and I led a procession of Clarkson School students from the Barben rooms over to Foster House, and they did get a chance to look through it, many of you, and so we were happy with that. At a normal Foster House dinner for the Clarkson School, it would always be a presentation by the Clarkson School, and then we would actually challenge the students to, what does Clarkson do well and what don't we do well? What can we improve? Well, the aforementioned individual was a challenging individual. But his challenges to us, across all aspects of Clarkson's life, the Clarkson School to begin with, and then eventually he stayed on and was a student here, his challenges were significant, but they were always respectful, and they were always had a twist to them of humility, in a sense, of respect, of dignity. And so, and as we went through the first year with Kyle, as we went through the first year with this student, I wouldn't say it was antagonistic, but it was, I think the word challenge really grasped it. And so that continued through the years. But out of that challenging with dignity, out of that challenging with respect approach, Karen and I ended up with, we think, lifelong friends. So the aforementioned person got married. We were invited to his wedding. We remain in touch. And it just made me think that this particular group is and always has been a challenging group, ready to stand up and speak their minds with respect, with dignity, with integrity. So please, as you go on, whether you stay at Clarkson or you go to another institution as you lead your lives, don't lose that challenging aspect that I believe the Clarkson School really brings out in our students. It's to all of our advantage, and we're proud to really call ourselves friends of the aforementioned person and his bride, who are also a Clarkson graduate. And so that would be my one reminiscence. Continue the challenge with respect and dignity. I think the world needs a lot of that these days. Challenge, but with respect and dignity. They're my remarks. Congratulations to this year's Clarkson School students. It's been a fun year, kind of towards the end. And those coming back, I'm certain this institution will welcome you back with open arms, and good luck to those that are moving on to other institutions. So thank you and congratulations.
Okay, well, thank you so much, President Collins. I won't say Kyle's name. No, okay. We'd now like to welcome Provost Hannigan to the stage to share her remarks.
Thank you. I don't know Kyle. I only started here in fall of 2019. And I was thinking back to way back fall 2020 when I welcomed the incoming Clarkson School students then with a message of hope and resilience as we committed as a nation to address the issues of the pandemic, to tackle the national concerns around racism. And at that time, I spoke of hope and opportunity. And I thought, well, in 2 seconds, we're going to beat this pandemic. It'll be done. And then we're going to stay focused on the issues of eliminating racism in our country. And now I look at where we are today, and I see what innovation, what creativity have brought in terms of the pandemic, a whole new field of medicine that is now going to provide opportunities for us to cure all kinds of diseases. And that is because we came together as a nation, as a world, really, and we put our ingenuity and the intellectual prowess that we know is present in this Clarkson School class, and we solved a problem that actually is going to address many, many more. Unfortunately, we have not put that sense of urgency to the test around the issues of racism. And so I challenge you all to keep the focus on making sure that our country is inclusive and that we are equitable in all that we do, and see if we can bring that same sense of urgency and ingenuity to solving that problem. I know that over this past year you've been challenged, you've learned a lot, and I imagine that you've learned most about yourself, not just what you learned in your classrooms, but by being part of the Clarkson School, having the opportunity to work with folks like Ben and Annie and Brenda, who care so deeply about your success and who really will be your friends for life. I also know that you are Clarkson alum forever. Whether you stay here and complete your undergraduate degree or you move on to another institution, you will always be a Clarkson alum. And I'm confident that no matter where you go, you have everything you need to build the ship that you're going to sail into the future. And you're going to sail through storms and shallows, and you are going to sail in calm winds, and you are also going to find where there's no wind at all, and you get stuck. And I know that I want to end with a traditional sailor's prayer for you, kind of paying homage to my home in Rhode Island. And that is, may you have calm winds and following seas wherever you go, and know that Clarkson is your home always. Thank you.
Thank you, Provost Hannigan. Thank you so much. All right, so you've heard a little bit about one TCS alum. Unfortunately, Kyle, no, sorry. No, but we're really excited to welcome back a recent alumnus, TCS class of 2015 and Clarkson 2018, Chrissy Govertson. So let me tell you a little bit about her. And we can clap now, we can both, all these times, it's all good. All the times you want to clap. So she's right over here. Yeah, so as a TCS student, Chrissy was heavily involved in all things TCS. She was on the TCS Council, a yearbook committee member. She joined honors at Clarkson during her second semester and continued her involvement with TCS throughout her whole time at Clarkson. She wanted to be a sophomore mentor, was a house advisor, and a TCS admission student worker. In addition to her work with TCS, she served as the class of 2018 CUSA president. She graduated from Clarkson in 2018 with a degree in civil engineering with triple concentrations in architectural engineering, structural engineering, and construction engineering, management, and received the Frederica Clarkson Award. Since her time at Clarkson, Chrissy has received her master's degree in sustainable building systems from Northeastern University. She's been involved with the Northeastern University Sustainable Building Organization, Graduate Women in Science and Engineering, and the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department's Graduate Student Council. She's currently an interdisciplinary engineering PhD candidate at Northeastern, studying extreme weather resilience, very timely, a journey she first began as an honors program student at Clarkson. Please welcome Chrissy to the stage.
Thank you for introducing me. I know it's a mouthful, I lived it. And to Brenda for extending the invitation to come, and Annie for helping me organize travel logistics. As you all know, traveling to Potsdam, New York is not easy. I actually flew here on an 8-person plane from Boston, Massachusetts. It was the kind of plane where your friends and family send you texts with a lot of emojis to make sure that you knew you were loved before you took off. Did anyone else travel from out of New York State? Yeah? Ooh, good. Did anyone travel from out of the country? No one? Not even Canada? Because it's like right there, so it's like closer. Regardless of how we all physically got here or where we came from, we're all here for the same reason, and that is to celebrate the culmination of an incredibly rare educational experience. Not very many people do this, right? Congratulations to all of you for achieving this milestone. I also want to bring attention to the members of the crowd who aren't dressed in regalia, and that's your family, friends, and parents who are seated behind you. On behalf of the Clarkson School class of 2022, I want to thank you all for the love and support that you've provided them in their journey to this stage today. So graduates, please take a moment to wave to your parents, blow some kisses, do all that good, that good stuff. I participated in this same ceremony 7 years ago, although we were in the student center, so it was more crowded. On that day, I became a first-generation high school graduate. Like each of you, I decided to deviate from the beaten path and choose my own. And what drove that decision may be different, though. Perhaps you were sick of Zoom school or running out of advanced classes. Maybe you wanted a leg up when applying to a big brand school, or need to get away from home to focus on yourself. But whatever your decision was, you made the conscious choice to be different. But it's not easy being different, is it? To be younger, to live in a different dorm, to have curfew. Maybe even be a 1 in 5 women in your engineering class. For me, the only reason any of those differences felt easier was because of the relationships that I had built with other TCS students and the staff navigating the same environment. Together, we forged bonds at Camp Oswegatchie, dressed up for family dinners, taught each other to ski or snowboard at Smugs, and barely made curfew, or missed it entirely. We experienced college, the Clarkson School, and life together, just as you have. When I reflect on my time at TCS, I don't think of the 7 habits of highly effective people. Sorry, Brenda. But I do still apply those aspects to my life quite often, actually. I don't think of how Dr. Jim taught us to make ice cream with carbon dioxide, how to start a business, how to do differential equations, or the importance of engineering ethics, although I still do remember those things. I am getting a PhD, so I hope I remembered some of them. But more often than not, I think of my roommate, I think of the other phone-a-thon callers and tour guides, I think of my fellow TCS council members and the yearbook committee, I think of my mentors and house advisors, and I think of the TCS administrative staff. I think of the meals that we shared and the memories that we made. And through this reflection, I was reminded of something that I really learned and drove home during my time at TCS, and that it's not only what you know, it's also who you know. This is a concept I've been exploring during my doctoral dissertation, where I'm creating a framework to determine a person's vulnerability to extreme heat. And while I do consider infrastructure characteristics like the type of house you live in, or if you have air conditioning, or if you live in an urban heat island, I also consider social aspects like income range or education level and social capital. Social capital is a network of relationships among people, enabling society to function effectively. And there are 3 types of relationships used to measure social capital. The first is bonding. Bonding relationships are naturally occurring relationships that you get with friends and family. Usually they're with people who look like you, sound like you, and live similar lives to you. And they're pretty easy to form, right, with bonding relationships. The next type is bridging. Bridging relationships can be described as the connections between individuals who are dissimilar in characteristics like socioeconomic or other. These relationships are ones you have with maybe friends of friends. They don't come as easily, and they require more time and more effort to build them and maintain them. And the last type of relationship is a linking relationship. This is described as a relationship between individuals and groups with different amounts of power, for example, economically or politically. This relationship does not form naturally or quickly. It takes time to build a trusting linking relationship between people with and without power to ensure both parties have the resources they need to survive and thrive. And although there's no agreed upon way to quantify social capital, it's usually measured as a conglomerate of these 3 types of relationships, which again are bonding, bridging, and linking. Through my research, I've come across numerous studies showing communities with higher social capital recover faster from disasters. So once again, this demonstrates it's not only what you know, it's also who you know. The relationships that you build with people around you will make an impact on you, perhaps far greater than any amount of money you make, any fact you can recall, or any grade in any class. I'm not saying money is useless, because we do live in a capitalistic society, or that knowledge is inconsequential, because it is essential, or that grades are irrelevant, because the grades you achieve will have an influence on your future. But as time goes on, you'll forget the answer to the one question you got wrong on a midterm that cost you an A, but you will remember the students you sat next to in class and the scholars that you studied with. The relationships that you've spent building here at the Clarkson School will have a lasting impact on you, and I hope you continue to maintain those relationships that you discovered here. However, more so, I hope that as each of you move on to the next phase of your educational experience or stage in life, you can emulate the relationship building process that you went through here at the Clarkson School, so that you can build up your social capital and once again, create a supportive, close-knit community to thrive within everywhere you go. Strong communities like this don't passively happen. There are many people here actively working to cultivate this kind of experience. As a young child, my family and I were traveling for the first time, and my mom knelt down to me in the airport and said, "Remember, don't talk to strangers." And me, being the same snarky and talkative person I am today, responded, "Well, how else am I supposed to make friends?" It may have terrified my mother, but it's true. As you enter your summer jobs or your sophomore year here at Clarkson, or re-enter orientation at another university, make an effort to talk to strangers. Just as you did at Camp Oswegatchie, introduce yourselves. Meet as many new people as you can. Ask them questions, listen as much as you talk, and do your best to learn about their culture, their beliefs, and outlook on life, and work to remember their names. Give yourselves the time and space to share experiences with people from all walks of life. Mimic family dinners. Schedule times to share meals. Whether you host a dinner party or meet up at a food truck, gather, gobble, and gab. Plan field trips, navigate new spaces together, become a tourist where you live, invite others to try out that new bike path or get spooked on a ghost tour or see a cool concert together. And just as you attended office hours or tutoring in Price Hall, get help when you need it and be courteous to the people who help you. Conversely, when someone else is in need, do your best to return the favor. And if you can't be the person to help them, encourage them and support them as they find the help that they need. Just as you've gone to class together and studied together, honor your commitment to yourselves and your futures, but also hold each other accountable in case one of you starts to slip up. Bang on their door when they oversleep, but don't be a burden to your friends because they're your friends. And make sure you document your relationships the best as you can, just as you did for the yearbook. Take as many videos and pictures as possible and keep mementos. I understand that not all relationships last forever, like the friends you made at orientation may not be your friends today, and that's okay. That's life. And when a relationship you build begins to negatively contribute to your life, I hope you have the courage to end it. Because there are 8 billion people on this planet, and there are people out there who will be kind to you, who will support you, and who will love you. But you must get out there and find them. As TCS students, we were given the space to learn how to take care of ourselves, how to live with someone else, how to stay in touch with friends and family who don't live nearby, how to be good students, and how to set boundaries, how to find teachers, mentors, and tutors that you can turn to in your time of need. And if you didn't, please keep trying. And someday we'll use these same skills to be good partners, good professionals, and so much more. I can honestly say that each year since leaving the Clarkson School, I've had to continuously reuse these relationship building skills that I learned here to actively create and maintain friendships and communities in my life. I'm a female first-generation high school graduate pursuing a doctoral degree in engineering. The odds were definitely stacked against me. And while I did work very hard academically and economically to get here, I didn't do it alone. I'm eternally grateful for the immeasurable amount of people who have supported me to get here, and I wouldn't be here without them. So graduates, as you move forward, separately, but simultaneously, work hard to do your personal best, but never underestimate the value of a strong community. You'll need to continue to play an active role in creating social capital. Prioritize bonding with your peers, bridging with new people, and linking with those in need. Everyone in this room is impressed by the knowledge that you've gained this year, and in awe of the relationships you've built with your peers. However, we're far prouder of the people that you've become. So please join me in a round of applause to celebrate the accolades and the promise of the Clarkson School Class of 2022. Good work, guys. Again, congratulations, and thank you.
Well, I feel like I've just been in this role, like I said, for a year and a half, but I certainly continue to be impressed by and continue to learn from the TCS alumni. So thank you so much, Chrissy. Now, moving on from an alumni, we move to a current student. So our next speaker was chosen through a vote of his peers and is Clarkson School Award recipient, Matthew Griffith. Right. He'll be continuing here at Clarkson, but I'll let you take the stage. It's all yours.
That's a lot of people. We got a turnout. Good turnout. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to the entire staff that made today happen and for all they've done for us for the past year. I am honored to represent the Clarkson School by giving this commencement speech. When I was first asked to talk today, I wondered if everyone else declined the opportunity or if someone just wanted to give me one last challenge before graduation. As I started to think about what to say, community and the people that have helped me succeed took main focus. I know most of us can't choose our family, so I am grateful for mine. I was extremely close to my 7 siblings and parents, which allowed me to lean on them for help. They are my closest, truest, and most loving community I will ever have. We are so close in many ways. However, what strengthened our bond was homeschooling. We've all had that life experience or realization that shaped our lives. Well, homeschooling was that experience for me. Homeschooling brought my siblings and I extremely close, to a point where no one could ever separate us. My family strengthened through the years at home with my siblings. However, homeschooling was not all fun and games. My family took this process very seriously, and trust me, they didn't go easy on us. We schooled year-round, which advanced me quickly in my academics, preparing me to start community college. I started this challenge when I was only 14 years old, as a freshman in high school. Throughout my years studying in this new environment, I experienced yet another community. Finding my place there was difficult. I did not just have my family as my community. I had a whole cohort of students that I didn't know at all, and most of whom were much older than me. Sorry. This was a stepping stone in my life. I needed to choose students with whom to make a community with that wanted to exceed as much as me. This experience ultimately prepared me for my next challenge, the Clarkson School. Starting the Clarkson School allowed me, and I believe each of us, to choose a path and friends that aligned with our morals and goals to achieve the level of success that we desired. We needed to find the paths and friends that wanted to tackle similar opportunities for success. Here at the Clarkson School, we were presented with many great opportunities to grow in all facets of our lives. Of course, we grew academically, but we were also given several ways to advance our social and professional networks. The career fair and research opportunities provided us the chances to make essential professional connections that could be key in future endeavors. We were given opportunities to develop connections within the TCS community that can last a lifetime, and I sure hope they do. And for me, as I am sure for many of you, TCS most impacted my capacity to problem solve and develop independently. It has been through this past year that I've discovered my own drive to succeed. We were all presented with some situations that would also stunt our growth, stunt our success. I, for one, relied on the great community around me for support when I needed it, to relieve stress when it was hard, and for academic help when I was struggling. Now, it might sound like that we were all just work, stress, and repeat. Let me tell you, we found ways to have fun, whether it was clubs, hobbies, sports, outings. These are the events that helped relieve stress and prepare us for another day. The Clarkson School is a small community that I have fallen in love with, and I know I can always count on it being there in my worst and best days. We went through some highs and lows this year, but we are here today, standing taller than ever, with our first year under our belt, prepared for the next. As we move on to the next phase of our lives, there are many exciting opportunities to conquer that will allow us to achieve the goals we desire. Making choices that lead to success builds self-respect and self-confidence, which in turn will make you mentally stronger. Being mentally prepared in life is crucial, for it can help you perceive new obstacles as new opportunities. I plan to, and encourage you to, stay true to the morals and goals that have led to past successes, for they have shaped who you are, and will craft new paths for you to pave. And I encourage you to choose the right community to help you achieve whatever you desire. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Matthew. Yes, like I said, I continue to learn things. Thank you so much for sharing those remarks. I think all your classmates can appreciate. All right. So we're extra lucky, right? Because we have a student sharing remarks, but we also have a TCS student who is going to be performing for us. This year's student performer is Nobili Lerba. For her performance, she'll be singing Lovely by Sarah Hayes. So, Nobili. There you are. Okay, why didn't I look right in front of me?
Don't wanna be hurt. I just wanna be little old me. Shouldn't have to think. Who am I supposed to be today? And what gave you the right to tell me who I should be? Who gave you that right? 'Cause I feel lovely just the way it's enough for me. Am I supposed to give up everything I am just to make you happy? I thought I was the one you always wanted me to be. It turns out I'm just little old me. I'm just little old me, and that is fine by me. 'Cause I feel lovely just the way that I am. Oh yeah, yes I feel lovely the way that I am. Whoa, 'cause I feel lovely, lovely.
Oh, thank you so much, Nobly, for that beautiful performance. Oh, yes. So, now we're getting closer to things. I know that's what we're waiting for, right? Move tassels around, stuff like that. So we're getting there. But we still have some ground to cover. I, in particular, want to follow the lead of Matthew. I want to thank him for thanking the Clarkson School team that we have here today, and certainly all of what happens is because of all of what happens at TCS is because of these folks that are, certainly adaptable. I think very dynamic and incredibly caring. So I'd like to make sure that we thank. We have Brenda Kozan with me up here on stage. Yeah. We have Annette is just right there, right down there. Annette Green is with us. Yes. And of course, back there we have, I'll say both Annie Helfgott and Connor Coleman are trying to hide, but can't do it. So they certainly are front and center in getting all these things ready for us today and throughout the whole year. I'll now take the time to invite Brenda up here to introduce our House advisors and talk more about their role and thank them for all the work that they do as well. It's a big team at TCS.
Thank you, Dr. Galuzzo. First of all, I want to say how wonderful the speech was, Matt. I was trying not to look at your parents because I could tell that they were crying. And Nobly, how beautiful. Oh my gosh. And I tried not to look at Isabella because Isabella was crying. So I'm going to try to hold it together up here for all of you. So before I acknowledge our House advisors, I would really like to especially thank President Tony Collins and Karen Collins for your years of support of not just the students, but our program and believing in our mission, because it's very important. I also want to, it's my honor to formally recognize you as distinguished and lifelong members of the Once a Schoolie, Always a Schoolie Club. Thank you so much for everything. I also want to wish all the best to Provost Hannigan as she moves on to become the president of Versailles College. We will miss you and thank you for your support as well. So I'd like to acknowledge a lot of accomplishments this year, and I'm sorry that it will take me forever to acknowledge very specific things. But first of all, I would like to thank our House advisors, and as I say your name, please stand up to be recognized. Kaylin Virga, Angus Andrew, Nikki Elegate, and Matthew Kosak. We greatly appreciate your service and dedication to your position and to TCS. Thank you very, very much. So a special congratulations to Ahoy Captain Matt and Kaylin as they embark on their next chapters. And probably will see Matt around on campus. We look forward to Nikki and Angus coming back in the fall. And we look forward to having Devon Baker and also Sarah Gorman as they join our team next fall as house advisors. So we look forward to working with you too. I know there's a few mentors in the audience, but I also want to thank the mentors that lived with our students this year. All right, I heard a woo-woo. Peer educators, Clarkson School ambassadors, for your assistance this year in helping our class of 22 transition from high school to college and being great role models. Thank you. So on the academic side of things, I would like to congratulate and acknowledge those students as they are in the program that earned a 3.8 or above in the fall 2021 semester, who received a head of school scholar certificate and recognized as a presidential scholar at the university. Also, those students who earned a 3.25 and up to a 3.8, receiving a head of school honor certificate and named to the dean's list at the university. And of course, those students who earned a 4.0 in the fall semester, if you also earn a 4.0 this semester, you will have your name engraved and displayed on our academic achievement plaque. So I would like all of those students I just mentioned to rise and be recognized for your accomplishments. Thank you. I gotta put on my glasses now. Okay, so also this past April, which wasn't that long ago, during the Celebration and Recognition of Excellence Weekend, we call it CREW, everything's an acronym at Clarkson, some of our Clarkson School students presented their research, they promoted their growth in the area of diversity, showcased projects and prototypes for the Ignite President's Challenge Showcase, created hands-on educational activities to help spark STEM interest in local middle and high school students, and received awards at the University Recognition Day. For all those students in the audience who were recognized over that weekend, please stand and be recognized. I would like to specifically mention the Clarkson School presents awards at University Recognition Day, so as I call your name, please stand. Matthew Griffith and Lauren Dion received the Clarkson School Award for Academic Excellence and exemplifying the ideals of the Clarkson School. Congratulations. And Nobili Laraba and Kaya Johnson, the Christine M. Lane Endowed Scholarship Award recipients. Congratulations. So I would be remiss not to mention in April, the Clarkson School organized a team, Devon Baker was our team lead, called the TCSers for the Relay for Life event at Clarkson. I'm happy to say that our team was a top fundraising team at Clarkson in the fight against cancer. We had a great time at the event. On behalf of Dr. Galuzzo and I, we especially loved playing musical chairs. So again, those students that were involved in that Relay for Life event, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. So Chrissy, I want to thank you so much for mentioning the 7 habits. Told you guys it will mean something later on. Didn't believe me, but it does. So also, if you remember for the career portfolio that you did for me, I asked you to write a letter to your future self. So did this past year unfold the way that you expected? I guess you're going to have to look back at your letter. The story may have changed along the way, which tends to happen in a good book. Good books are filled with sharp, memorable dialogue. There's dialogue that advances the plot, demonstrates the characters' personalities, and adds texture to the world of the story. So I think we all, I would say, assume everyone knows about Harry Potter and all the books and the movies. But if you think about his character, his defining traits as they've been throughout the series are bravery, determination, and self-sacrifice. A true Gryffindor, Harry responds to every crisis with courage and resolve. So as true schoolies, you did as well. It would simply never occur to Harry to abandon his quest or to choose some other life. He faced many challenges, and in the end, he triumphed. And I know you have as well. If you think back to the fall when we talked about writing your resume, I told you to think of it as the start of your story. Some of you said, well, Brenda, I don't have anything to put on my resume, or it's only a half a page. And some of you had maybe more than 2 pages. But you're all just beginning to develop your story, and this was just one of those chapters. In this chapter, you may have faced your own challenges, unexpected twists and turns, successes, but I hope you've also developed friendships to last a lifetime. Like Harry and his friends, logic and intellect alone will not always lead you to make the right choices or take you down the right path. You have to master not only the art of listening to your head, but you also have to listen to your heart. Sometimes you have to look beyond the immediate choices at hand and dare to dream big and truly aspire. It really is far too easy to be paralyzed by the weight of it all sometimes, and it's easy to sometimes give up, but you didn't. And everyone here and the whole audience can probably sympathize as we've all been faced with our own obstacles. So my message to you is to engage your heart and mind in every decision you make, and each chapter will reveal itself in the passage of time. I don't know if any of you, maybe I'm showing my age here, but there's a great song by Natasha Bedingfield called Unwritten. Anyone familiar with that? I'm not going to sing it. I'm not as good of a singer as Nobly. But part of her lyrics were reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. And finally, remember that throughout every chapter, the only limits that really matter are the ones that you put on yourself. And those crucial moments in your life when you know what you need to do, but others advise against it, perceived to be a detour from your story. Know yourself, trust your whole self, and don't blank. Again, listen to your heart, and always, if you remember from PE one night, I said, always have a sense of humor. Always have a sense of humor. And like Harry, never abandon your quest. So today's an important day for you, an acknowledgement of one chapter closed, the official handing over of the pen so you on your own can write the next chapter, and we certainly all look forward to it. So congratulations to all of you, class of 2022.
Thanks so much, Brenda. Don't get too comfortable, right? Because we're going to have to come right up here again. I know. We're just, but we're so at this point, right? There's still a few more things to say, right? I don't want to get too excited like you're leaving yet. There's the exciting parts, right? More exciting parts. How can it get more exciting? Well, first thing is that I have the certainly the pleasure and the honor to be able to, I see people are getting excited. All right. That just encourages me to take time when I do these things, but I welcome it too. So, So on behalf of Clarkson University, on behalf of the Clarkson School, and all the folks that, that care about you that are here, I'm very excited to confirm that all of you, right, are recognized as graduates of the Clarkson School. And I'll look forward to, in just a moment, I'm going to ask our photographer here to ask where I should stand as I go over here. And should I be between the ferns? Between the right? Yeah, that's good. Or I'll get my exact spot. But I'm very excited, right? Because we know what to do. Does anyone know the direction? I always had trouble with this one. I had to have it written down here. But you guys are all good by having it on your right side. So once you're officially graduates, you get to switch it. So, so first of all, congratulations on behalf of all of us for a great year at the Clarkson School. We look forward to seeing so many more things from you, and I look forward to saying further remarks about you as well. But that's after we go and hand out these fun things. So, please, move those tassels to the left, and let's give this group a round of applause. Yes. Oops. And at this point, I'm going to ask Brenda to come back on stage. And I'll be here. I'm going to ask for your patience. I'm going to be grabbing our certificates and saying hi. If you want to shake my hand, you're welcome to. I'll say that here.
It is my honor and privilege to announce each member of the class of 22 to come and to receive their certificate of completion. As I call, we'll have the first come, rise, great. As I call your name, please come up to the stage, shake Dr. Galuzzo's hand, and pause for a picture. And I'm not going to tell you to wait till the end to applaud. You can applaud as you'd like. Emma Grace Abrantes. Leanna Agate. Sterling Avellino. Abigail Avery. Devon Baker. Juliana Badish. Max Baum. Audrey Bell. Patrick Bishop. Kiara Black. Tyler Cady. Samantha Kanata. Edward Cerrone. Lucy Conover. Kate Davis. Sanvi Daniala. Lauren Dion. Bryn Farley. Sarah Ann Gorman. Matthew Griffith. Larry Gusty. Ryan Hall. Anson Herrick. Parker Huntley. Kaya Johnson. Drago Jukic. Carrie Kiesler. Abigail Kosak. Rochelle Lamptey. Nobili Laraba. Paul Larrabee. Sina Lufkin. Brooke Mackey. Anya Martin. Jacob Melman. Shailene Mercado. Kay Miatov Ivan. Bryn Myers. Kerrigan Nish. Liba Noor. Michaela O'Brien. Jean Paradez. Rachel Selena Pedrick. Isabella Grace Pelkey. Julia Paris. Rose Farrow. Amanda Polarolo. Ryan Quirk. Emma Raganeth. Michaela Ritchie. Emma Rogers. Juan Pablo Sola. Ethan Stonebreaker. Luca Tardif. Kira Trout. Anjani Wah. Carly Jo Walker. So again, congratulations, class of 2022.
All right. Yes, wonderful. We, once again, success, I think, right? All these things. All right. So now is the part where the only thing standing between you and, you know, beautiful sunshine, right? It's me. Yeah, so I don't think that's fair to me, but it's, so I do have the chance, right? I'd just like to share a few thoughts I have about having the chance to be part of this group just a little bit, and what I've been able to see. And already, like, I feel like our speakers have, you know, I guess I get the advantage, or, you know, of hearing everyone else speak. And some of the things that I pulled from that already is just the, you know, really important themes of integrity, right? Growth, inclusivity, community, which is, you know, all huge things. But I'll tell you, for me, that I don't know if I can think about words that are that big anymore, because this year, there's been a phenomenon that I've been part of. It's a Wordle. So I don't know if I can really go more than 5 letters in a word. And so I'll try to keep it to that. You know, of course, there's all these different derivatives of Wordle that allow us to play things too. So I thought, at least while we are here together for this last moment, we could play Schooly Ordle. Now, Schooly Ordle is different than Wordle, right? They're all different things. This one, I'll give you the 5-letter words, and at the end, we can see if we can all come up with what the answer is. I'll try to tell you the placement. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we're going to get 5 letters, right? You have, you know, I'll tell you, like, well, this letter, you know, is it a correct placement or not, right? So we'll learn about them that way. You know, it's kind of fun. And so, yeah, you can see how you do. I'll try to keep you up to date. You can always just let me think we have here. So when I'm thinking about 5-letter words that even just start, right? I'm just going to, even with all the 5-letter words I have, just starting to describe some of what I see with the students here. The first one that comes to mind for me, and also because it takes care of some vowels, is agile. So I feel like this is a group that has been working with, you know, within COVID. And actually, I'd say the first thing when I think of agile, it's physical. It's that we went out to, you know, Oswegatchie. We survived, I think, right? I know actually we mostly survived, I'll say it. And when we were there, we had to do some, you know, that was difficult. But we have all these challenges this year. I know a lot of people did a lot of things and was able to navigate both being a, end of high school, start of college, so many things that you're working through, and did all of that with great success. And just so you know, A and E are in our final word. Neither is in the right place, though, if you're playing along with me, right? If you're playing Schooly Wordle, then keep that in mind, all right? G, L, I, not there. We got 3 vowels there, right, with Agile. That's good. So we already have identified a couple of vowels. I feel like we at least have to take care of the other 2. Remember, this one's different. I get to play the words. You just have to tell me what you think the word's going to be. You might already have some ideas. The second word, I think I wouldn't be able to do anything. I think this counts in Scrabble, I have to remember, but I don't know if it would count in Wordle. The word is Louis. So if you don't know, Louis is the, and this, my spelling, and I should have asked Annette beforehand. I spell it L-O-U-I-E, so I did it, okay, good. That could have caused problems for our game if I misspelled Louis' name. But Louis is, I think, definitely the TCS mascot. I mean, is there any question? Any disagreement here? Okay, no. I'm seeing everyone saying this is correct. All right, so if you don't know, he is the 3-year-old golden retriever, Annette's 3-year-old golden retriever that, I see students who have visibly come in and they came in just to see Louis. If he's not there that day, horrible disappointment. When he is there, everyone's excited to see him. He's just, the friendliest dog who's going to make sure to leave lots of little dog hairs on your pants. So, and he'll, yes, just such a wonderful dog. Well, I'll say that in doing Louis, though, the one thing, I love Louis like everyone else does, but he didn't help us at all for our final word. I know, that was really sad, wasn't it? Because that E is still, we already know the E's in the final spot. It happened again, and it's still part of our letter, but we don't know anything else. L-O-U-I, they're not part of it. Okay, so I think for a third word, this is like easy, 5-letter thing. Smart. We already know that. We heard all these wonderful things. Certainly, everyone here has demonstrated wonderful abilities, and their intelligence is on display all the time. Brenda was listing all these wonderful awards. I don't think she even listed, though, how Ormsby 3, right? One, right, see? She missed one. But yeah, but Ormsby 3, right, was the residence floor with the highest overall GPA in the fall 21 semester. Yeah, right. And I'm sure other floors weren't far behind, right? We know that. So, interestingly enough, just to let you know, now that we have SMART, the A is in the correct spot. For our final word. The R is also part, but in the wrong spot right now. R is part of our final word. Like I said, A is in the correct spot. Others, no go. All right. So, but with, intelligence, right, I think that it's really, they already have an idea? They've got the idea? Oh, I should listen to this. Well, I've got more words to share, but keep it a seat, right? You know what it is. You know what it is. So smart, if you're just talking about smart, and this is weird too, so intelligence, right, it's not just defined by that, but we can see the drive in so many of these students, right? And I feel like that is so evident in the things that they have developed, right? We have a TCS student-run business that's making some of our treats for our reception if we ever get there this afternoon, right? And so Michaela O'Brien did that, which is wonderful. Yeah, so we should give Michaela and Sweet Remedies. And I know she has teammates on Sweet Remedies that are helpers as well that are here. Right, and so many creative ideas. I feel like when you have drive, you're always coming up with new things. You're very innovative. One of the things I'm able to do is sit in on a number of the TCS council meetings, and when I say sit in, I really was just sitting there because they're coming up with all the ideas. They're doing all the work. And I just get the chance to hear what they're coming up with, and there were really, really cool things there, like building one of our family dinners, right? They came with the whole idea to have this mystery, and the dip night. And I know there's many other things, too, that I'm forgetting. You know, there's so many things that everyone does here. You also might be thinking, how does this affect our game? Right? Drive. I'll let you know that D is part of our last word. Yeah. Oh, some people might have been saying, that doesn't fit my perspective or my thoughts on what was going to happen. But D is in the wrong spot. The R, which we already know is part of it, is in the wrong spot. There's no V or I. It was probably just a bad, once again, I was going to say bad choices, but once again, I get to play the host of the game. So, try to have some misdirection here. And remember, E is still in that wrong spot, still in that 5th position, right? We know it's not there. We know it doesn't end up over there. So at this point in any games, there's other games. You don't get to do this if you're playing Wordle in the same way, but in Schooly Wordle, you get to phone a friend. So in this case, if you were going to phone a friend, and I get to pretend I'm phoning that friend, then I would probably phone a 2021 TCS alum, and I see like there's some there right there, and I'm sure that right now their 5-letter word that I've just been asked about many, many times from that class is the word chair. Some of you get it. Some other ones are shaking their head in disgust, like can't believe. Yes, so this is a real thing. The big chair that we talked about last year has been completed. It's just about ready for it. You can see Brenda has worked hard on getting the big chair. It is happening. Big chair is going to be here. It'll be a great place for everyone to meet, right? At the big chair. I know, you're excited. So you probably want to know, we had this one side word. That doesn't count against us because it was phoning a friend. I don't know if our friend was very helpful, though. I think the only thing we got out of that is that R is not in the 5th slot. I know, that's about it. We do have, well, no, wait. That was more helpful than I thought. The A is in the correct spot, too, now. Oh, no CH, no I. We've learned I's been kicked out a long time ago. Yeah, I see, there's some thoughts going on here. Okay, so let's think about it right now. We have agile, smart. I say driven, right? Drive is important. Louis and chair. I mean, those are things too. So as we head to what counts against us as word number 5, you'll get one. I can't give away anything right now. I can't. I mean, I appreciate your enthusiasm. I do. But can you guess our next word? No, because I don't give you clues to the next word. It's unity. So, no, that's not the final word. It's unity. Because when you get to this point in any Wordle game, you always want to throw out you always are sort of like, what's going on? I need to deal with that evil Y at the end, and you're always mad if there's like a double letter in there, right? You don't want to have the double letter. Some of you know what I'm talking about. But certainly, I feel like we heard about from our other speakers the importance of community, and I feel like that is incredibly apparent in the way that TCS students care for each other, care about others. We just, heard about the incredible success and how, Devon spearheaded a group for, to take part in Relay of Life. That was by far also the largest group there. I mean, it was really, really inspiring. But also, I want to point out here that I just want to echo some of the comments that we had from our speakers to talk about this community and maintaining contact with it, things that were already shared. And I've got to see them, you did too, at our alumni dinners. It was my first in-person alumni dinner. And you could really see how how alumni stay together, how they're interested in what they're doing, even if they're not physically here in the next few years, right? You're all part of this. You're forever part of this. So we did learn something from that. I don't want to tell Carly, so don't tell her, that Y is the correct letter at the end of this word. A's in the third slot, right? Y is in the fifth position. Right. We know some other things. Basically, what we know is that TCS students are too smart to play this game. Ready is the word. You're all ready. Yes, yes. So I think there's no doubt, right, that there is zero doubt, right, that you are ready to do your next best work, right? You've already done wonderful things here. So I just invite all of you to get out there. I'm excited to see what you do. I can't wait to hear from you in the future, and really just want you to go out and be great. 5-letter word. Okay, you can do it, yes. So go out there, be wonderful. Congratulations to the TCS class of 2022. I know we're excited to go now. I just have to have a few things to mention before we head out. I'm just gonna look at, yes, we did this. I do want to highlight that following what's happening here, we're going to have our students recess and go through there. Annie's ready to go. Yeah, she's got it under control there. We also are going to have a reception. This is exciting. We didn't get to do this last year. It's just going to be upstairs in the, I feel like the lobby atrium. What do we call that? Yeah, you can't miss it. And we're going to have, Sodexo sponsored things. Sweet Remedies sponsored, has made some stuff, right? This is great. We have nice things there. Please go and hang out with us. We're excited to talk to you. I also want to point out we do have a nice Clarkson Backdrop over to our right if you're interested in having any additional photos with folks. So whether that's for your graduate, for multiple graduates, friends want to take a picture and they want to have it say Clarkson things behind them, you can do it right there. What are other things I have to mention? Oh, I know an important one is that I want to make sure that students, this is what I was told to say this one, right? Students remove their robes and caps, but keep your tassels. The tassels are yours, and return them to the barbing rooms where you picked them up earlier before leaving Cheel. So, all those things having been said, I want to once again thank parents, family, friends, students, everyone who came here to join us today. Thank you so much for all of the support that you've provided for your friends, your family, for all the people in this TCS community. We appreciate it. They appreciate it. We thank you for choosing to join the Clarkson family. Oh, and Tony, who is very experienced at this, reminds me, happy Mother's Day tomorrow to all those who should be honored on this day. Yes. Oh, thank you. Well, yes, and he said, and the grandmothers, but of course they count. It's all the mothers. Yes. But overall, once again, yes, go out there, graduates. Go out and be great. Look forward to seeing and hearing from you. I now conclude the ceremony. I don't know. I think I have to say something like that, right? It sounds good to say. I conclude the TCS 2022 graduation commencement ceremony. You did it.